All right. Well, hello, everybody. My name is JJ DeBras. I am your professor for convention sales at the IUPUI Hospitality and Tourism and now Sports Marketing Department. So, pleasure to have you guys in my class. Obviously, if you're watching this, you should be taking my class. So, quick introduction as far as who I am and kind of what we're going to be covering. So, again, my name is JJ DeBras. I've been teaching this class for about 5 to 6 years now. I spent about 11 years in the hospitality industry. 10 of those years, actually about 9 of those years, with the Crown Plaza Hotel downtown Indianapolis. Then I moved up into our management our ownership and management team, and worked as a regional director of sales for General Hotel Corporations, having about 11 properties throughout the Midwest, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana areas. So did that for quite some time. Before that, I was in sports marketing for 9 years. You can also take my sports marketing management class later on this summer if that's something that interests you. I also spent a little bit of time in the staffing industry, about 1.5 years. And then also, I'm now back at Butler University as the director of graduate and professional recruitment for the Lacy School of Business. So I get to kind of jump between two worlds, if you will. I recruit and do sales and engagement really for the Lacy School of Business. But I also teach this class because of the wealth of experience I have from my time in the hospitality area. A couple of things about me. Been married almost 23 years now. 3 children. Our oldest is Catherine. She is our angel baby. You may hear me talk about this. We lost her to SIDS when she was 20 weeks old. She's been 14 or 15 this year, actually. I have a son who's 12, about to turn 13. Another son who is 10, about to turn 11. So and my wife works over at Charles Schwab, and we have lived in and around the Indianapolis, Indiana area for the better part of those 23 years. So excited to teach this class. I really enjoyed my time in the hospitality world. There's so much to be gained. You guys have taken the right courses, obviously, to go into this industry. It's a phenomenal industry. There's tons of opportunity, whether from the hotel side, from the planning side, or any of the ancillary companies that work around that, from travel and transportation to, again, the restaurant areas, what have you. So fantastic world to be in. A few things I want to talk about. Everything on this class is on the outline, or is on Canvas. So all of your tests, all of your discussions, all of your assignments, and all of the chapter outlines. Cannot stress enough to you guys to go to the Files tab and look at those outlines. This is a tremendously thick book. You have all of 8 weeks to get through it. Those outlines will be a huge, huge assistance. All of my lectures, I'll have the links to all of them as well. Again, they're to be short, quick, precise. I'm not going to outline the entire chapter. You guys read it, look at the outline. I'll hit on some key points. And again, just to kind of highlight different areas I think are important for you guys to know. Also, you'll have all my contact information on Canvas. Please, at any time, if you need to reach out to me, do not hesitate, okay? Just give me a call, give me an email, what have you. I have an IUPUI address, which is what I will most often say that's the one to go to. If you're having trouble get a hold of me, sometimes it gets crazy and I may take 2 or 3 days to get back to my IUPUI email address. Don't hesitate to text me. I have no problem with that at all. You guys will have my cell phone number. I respond very quickly to text. So on those, looking at that, again, it's a quick class. It's 8 weeks. We're going to combine a lot of information in here. Please let me know if you are struggling, because being that it's online class and we don't have much interaction except for you listening to me talk, I can't see when you guys are struggling. I don't know until we start seeing grades come in if someone's not getting something. So again, if it's not clear, if something's not clicking with you, do not hesitate to pick up that phone and give me a call. I have no problem with that at all. Again, that's one of the responsibilities we have as professors, and that's why I'm here. So, again, I'm using a little bit of new technology. So you guys this is a Zoom broadcast right now. Hoping that I can transfer everything over either to YouTube or to you guys direct links. So if I begin to kind of look on and off video, it's because I'm looking at some of my notes that aren't easily accessible. I'm using my computer to do the recording. So thank you guys all. At 46 years old, I think I have a good grip of all technology. You guys know as we get older, we tend to come down a little bit. So again, I'm going to review chapter 1 now. And then again, as you guys see the syllabus, which also is online, you'll see which topics we're going to cover through the week. So this first week is just chapter 1 and my introduction to you guys. Then we'll get into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You'll see how it kind of combines thereafter. So in this first chapter, and let me back up too. I love this book. I got a chance to talk to the author not too long ago, The older book was more what I call a history book of the industry. A lot of what he talked about, we were phasing out, whether it was paper files and tickler files and things that we had used way back in the day. What we have now is obviously more high tech, everything from mobile apps to the CRM systems that we use, the way we book rooms and hold meeting space and whatnot. So, and he's done a great job in this 9th edition of his book to come into the future, if into the present, if you will, and kind of bring all that into it. So I'm highly recommending you guys read the books, read the chapters. He has a load of great information. I'm going to talk a great deal about the online presence he has. You'll see throughout the chapters, he has he'll say more online, or he'll say internet exercise. I strongly encourage you all to do these exercises. It will open your eyes as to what is out there within the industry. It'll give you a better understanding of some of the topics he discusses in the book. Again, don't cheat yourself by skipping over that. Make sure you do those internet exercises and the online additional information. So again, conventions, services, convention meetings, sales and service, two sides of the things, right? The sales side is bringing them in. Service side is making sure that the sales guys' promises are all fulfilled and lived up to. It's a very unique dynamic. When I jumped into the world of the hospitality, it was very different for me because I come from the athletics world where whatever I sold, whether it was group tickets, whether it was sponsorships, what have you, then I serviced. So if I promised you something, then I'm going to give it to you. In the hospitality world, was a little different. I sold, and then I handed it off to a client services manager, knowing full well that I could not promise anything that they couldn't deliver on. Very different to build that rapport, build that trust with a client, and then have to hand that off to a teammate to actually fulfill everything. A lot of growth goes on that first year you guys are in this industry, but it is the best way to do it. And it allows me to go back and continue to sell using what my strengths were, letting the service managers take over, which is what their strengths were. So we're going to see both sides of that. A little bit about, if you don't know, and I think by now you guys have probably been deep into this industry, but it is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And again, don't just think the hotels. Think everything that goes on around it, right? You've got transportation, you have travel, you have food services, you've got AV sales, you've got retail sales that are tied into your hotel. So anything that kind of spiders off a hotel stay is part of that industry. You're talking about a multi-billion-dollar industry. I think your book talks about $907 billion. And again, the book is a few years old. So again, we're probably north of that number. Phenomenal opportunity for all of you. You're definitely going about this the right way. Some other things we're going to cover in the book. And again, this first chapter does a great job of kind of giving you an overview of the hospitality industry. So we're going to talk about different certifications you guys can have. Those are important as you guys move along in your careers. We're going to talk about, obviously, the sales side as well as the service side. You're also going to talk a lot about vocabulary in this first chapter, and that's very key because when we talk about meetings is a blanket general statement, right? What falls underneath that is everything from conventions to seminars to product launches to, again, you'll see there's almost, I want to say there's close to 12 or 15 different ways you could say meeting, depending upon what it is, what it entails, and who's having it. Again, this first chapter is great for you guys to set up what the vernacular is that we're going to use throughout the rest of the course, okay? So again, pay close attention to the area that talks about types of meetings, where you have meetings, how you have the meetings, what's entailed. And again, the first chapter is kind of a nice overview, and then we're going to dig down into the details as we go along. So again, trends in the meeting industry. This is a great chapter, and I really strongly suggest make sure that you, on the more onlines as well as the impact on mobile technology, you're going to have opportunities to see where technology is coming into play in this industry. And it's everything from how we do things behind closed doors, our CRM systems, how we book rooms, how we save space, how we connect with our clients, the communication angle, but then also now all the mobile apps. You know, it used to be, you had to make a phone call, you made the reservation, you went to the front desk, you got a hard key, you keyed into your door, you needed something, you had to call down to the front desk. Anymore, and I have seen so many great, and it's no longer beta testing, this is the way it is. You can check in most hotels on your phone, as most of you guys probably have done. You can, when you get to the hotel, go to a kiosk, hold your phone up, boom, your key is given to you by your phone. You'll then hold your phone up to your door. That's how you get in. You then, any services you need, from room service to room turnover, you need an extra pillow, extra blanket, what have you, all can be done electronically. You never physically have to talk to anybody in the hotel. Scary thing for us old guys who remember the days of communications and one-on-ones, but now we're to the point where everything can be done on your handheld device. And that's a major switch for a lot of people. And the hotels have adapted, but it was a little bit slow at first because, again, most hotels are ranked higher or lower on their customer service. Well, what happens when the customer service is an iPad? Customer service is your iPhone. It's not the one-on-one. It's not me training my front desk. So I definitely, like I said, strongly encourage you guys to read this to see where the changes in industry have come from. Again, it's amazing now what we can do, how we can do it. Like I said, things can be changed and adapted and adjusted so quickly, whereas before that just took multiple time, multiple people, and now it's clicks of buttons, right? So again, we're going to talk about the strategies behind meetings and meeting management. You know, how do we, is it better to go through a third-party firm? Is it better to have somebody in-house? What do those responsibilities look like? Is, you know, as a hotelier, right, if you're on the sales side, how do you deal with those entities differently, right? And dealing with somebody in-house who is, you know, does everything from A to B to C to D to E, and they're not only the one who negotiates the contract, they're the one that's going to make sure it sees fit, and they're your point person on site. Whereas a third party might come in, Helms Briscoe, and say, you know what, we're going to do all the legwork. So we're doing the pricing structure, we're getting the bids, we're setting up with the feudal, you know, feudal cost, what food we're getting, what will the layout look like? And all that pre-work is done with your third party, and then they're out of the picture. And you have a point person with the company that starts to see kind of the fruition of all that hard work. It's a very unique dynamic, okay? And the book's going to give you a lot of good information on that. So, you know, some other things that we're going to talk about that have come into play probably within the last 10 years, the wellness movement. You know, there were times when, you know, every hotel had rooms, ballrooms where you were allowed to smoke in, and, you know, or at least you gave smoke breaks, you know, and half the class goes outside and smokes. Companies have gone away from that. Companies, all entities that plan meetings have gone away from that. Now it's, you know, do we have a healthy conscious menu? Are we making sure that we have vegan meals? What are the calorie counts when we do breakfast? You know, we want to do non-caffeinated drinks. We know that that's not good for us. They're really taking a very hard look, and they're also incorporating things into the meeting structure that we never saw before. You might have meetings from 8 a.m. to 5, but that whole meeting structure now incorporates a walk. You know, we're going to go out and walk for 30 minutes, or we're bringing in someone to do massages. We're going to bring in someone to do stretching exercises. The idea of that holistic experience, not just feature dumps or information dumps, but the fact that we want you to be better intelligently, physically, professionally when you leave this meeting. So you're looking at a holistic approach that you didn't have 10 years ago. So what you guys are getting into is definitely going to be more complicated, more complete, but also more exciting, because you have more to offer your clients and more things that you're going to have to kind of figure out. So a few of the things, along with the wellness, you're going to see the green and the environmentally conscious. This has now become probably more of a norm than it was when I first started. That was an amazing, an amazing thing to kind of see develop, where companies were going to hotels and saying, well, we can't stay with you if you're not, you don't have a laundry program where we don't get our towels laundered every single day. It's the third day, or our sheets aren't changed every single day, so we want to save water. What's the carbon footprint coming into this meeting? From recycling of paper and plastic and aluminum. You know, what are you doing with the cardboard that your food supplies come in? Is that being broken down and recycled, or are you trashing it? There were, I mean, some of the, for the RFPs that I had to fill out, some of the page-long things you had to check off that said, yes, we are environmentally conscious, we are trying to stay green, we're trying to be more alert to what goes on in our community. So meetings have taken this huge jump out to incorporate many, many more things than just even 5 and 10 years ago. So again, the first chapter of the book is going to touch on this. That kind of gets you through chapter 1. Like I said, those are the elements I want to make sure you guys take advantage of. Again, do not skip over the online application. It is well worth your time to go on there and see what they have. I will say this as well, and I'm going to say it now, and I'll say it at the end of the class, sorry, the end of this 8 weeks. I want you guys to be working on your network, okay? It is vitally important that you guys have ties to the industry. So many people go through, I think, go through the universities or colleges and they worry about books, 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 grades, grades, grades. Definitely important. You have to have the knowledge behind you to go in and do certain things. But you also have to have the contact within the industry if you want to continue to move up into those highly desired positions. So please consider me a contact, consider me part of your network. If there are things you guys want to know that we're not covering, if there are shadow experiences that you want, people you want to be introduced to, guys, please look up my LinkedIn account, right? AJ DeBrosse, AJ DEBROSSE. Aren't too many of those out there. Find my LinkedIn account. If there are people on my LinkedIn account and I'm close to them, I do accept all LinkedIn invitations, but a lot of them I do know and I'm close to. Happy to make those introductions, okay? It's a key component for you guys. You have to know people in this industry get into those top flight jobs, all right? Again, very excited about the class, very excited about getting to teach you guys. Again, my number is out there. Please don't hesitate to call me. Don't hesitate to email me. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next lecture. Thanks.